Today, we're learning English with Wednesday Addams and her roommate, Enid. They use different kinds of English. Enid uses modern, casual slang, but Wednesday speaks in a very formal and funny way. After this lesson, you will understand new slang, pick up some useful sayings, and know what sarcasm is.
Let's watch and learn.
Howdy, Roomie. All right, everyone out. Thanks for the help.
Let's see what Enid says. Howdy, Roomie.
Howdy, Roomie.
Howdy. This is a friendly, informal way to say hello. Roomie is slang for roommate, the person who shares a room with you. It's very common and friendly.
How was your vacay? Because I had the best summer ever, and I've been dying to tell you all about it.
Well, I'm sure I'll want to kill you after you tell me, so we both win.
Next, Enid asks about Wednesday's vacay.
How was your vacay?
Vacay. This is a short, cool way to say vacation. It's slang you can use with friends. Then she says, I've been dying to tell you all about it.
I had the best summer ever, and I've been dying to tell you all about it.
Dying to do something. This is a common saying or idiom. It means you are very, very excited to do something. For example, I'm dying to eat pizza tonight. Now let's look at Wednesday's funny answer. She says, I'm sure I'll want to kill you after you tell me, so we both win.
Well, I'm sure I'll want to kill you after you tell me, so we both win.
This is sarcasm. Sarcasm. When you say the opposite of what you really feel, often to be funny. Wednesday does not really want to hurt Enid. She is joking. This is her dark, funny way of saying, okay, you can tell me your story. Understanding sarcasm is very important for real English conversations. Okay, your turn to practice. How can you say this sentence using the new slang? Hello, roommate. I am very excited to hear about your vacation. You could say, Howdy, roomie. I'm dying to hear about your vacay. Good job. Continue watching the scene.
Well, I'll spare you the details, but I did get you a gift at Loopin' Palooza in Golden Gate Park. Don't worry, it's not a snood.
Okay, after Wednesday's sarcastic comment, Enid understands that Wednesday probably doesn't want to hear every small detail of her summer. So she uses a very common and polite phrase. Well, I'll spare you the details.
Well, I'll spare you the details, but
What does this mean? The word spare here means to save someone from having a bad or boring experience. So, when Enid says, I'll spare you the details, she is really saying, I will not tell you all the boring parts of the whole long story. Or, I will only tell you the important part. This is a great phrase to use in conversation when you want to make a long story short. For example, my flight was terrible. I'll spare you the details, but I finally arrived. So instead of telling her long story, Enid gives Wednesday her gift.
don't worry, it's not a snood. Get it? Like Beowulf? I thought you'd love the literary reference.
Nothing like a bad pun to throw dirt on the coffin of epic poetry.
Okay, let's break down these wonderful jokes. Enid says, get it? Like Beowulf?
Get it? Like Beowulf?
Beowulf is a very famous Old English poem. The name is pronounced Beowulf. Now, the t-shirt Enid gives Wednesday says Bay of Wolf. Beowulf and Bay of Wolf sound almost exactly the same. This is a pun, which is a joke that uses words that sound the same but have different meanings. The joke is clever for two reasons. Wolf is in the title, and Enid is a werewolf. The word bay has two meanings. A bay can be a body of water, like a small gulf. But to bay also means to howl like a wolf. So the t-shirt Bay of Wolf is the perfect joke for a werewolf. It sounds like a famous piece of literature, but it's really about a howling wolf. Wednesday calls this a bad pun and uses a brilliant, creative saying to throw dirt on the coffin of epic poetry.
Nothing like a bad pun to throw dirt on the coffin of epic poetry.
This is a special Wednesday saying. Throwing dirt on a coffin is what you do when you bury someone. She means the joke is so bad, it's like it is killing the great poem Beowulf. Continue watching the scene.
I got you a gift as well. For my summer travels.
Oh. Thank you. I mean, it is a little creepy, but, the curls are super soft.
It's made from real human hair.
Enid says Wednesday's gift is a little creepy. Creepy. This is a great adjective. It means something is strange and a little scary, and it makes you feel uncomfortable. Let's practice. Imagine you see a spider in your room at night. How does it make you feel? A. Vacay, B. Funny, or C. Creepy? The answer is C. Creepy. Very good. Continue watching the scene.
I just have so many goals this year. I want to secure my place in the pack, become dance troupe captain, and finally join the Nightshades. What about you?
Avoid people and work on my new Viper de la Muerte novel.
This part has great phrases for talking about goals. Enid wants to secure my place in the pack.
I want to secure my place in the pack.
To secure your place. This means to make your position safe and strong. You can use it to talk about a job, a team, or a group of friends. For example, I studied hard to secure my place in the class.
That doesn't sound like much of a personal evolution.
I don't evolve. I cocoon.
Well, speaking of your novel, was that publisher interested?
I call it death by 1,000 notes.
In the last part of the scene, Wednesday describes her strong feelings about her book. Let's see what phrases she uses.
This one here just looks like a typo.
It's not. It's the Old English spelling for dismemberment. This novel was 2 years of my life. I'll have to pry it out of my cold, dead hands before I change a single word.
Now, let's look at Wednesday's incredibly strong feeling about her book. She says, they'll have to pry it out of my cold, dead hands.
I'll have to pry it out of my cold, dead hands before I change a single word.
This is a very common and dramatic idiom. Let's break it down so it's easy to understand. First, what does the verb to pry mean? To pry means to use force to separate or open something. Imagine a wooden box that is nailed shut. You would need a tool to pry the nails out and open it. It is a difficult action.
Second, let's imagine the picture. Cold, dead hands.
The phrase creates a very strong visual. It means someone has died, and their hands are still holding on to something very, very tightly.
So, let's put it all together. To pry something out of my cold, dead hands means that the only way someone could take the object from you is after you are dead, and even then, they would have to use force to open your hands.
This is a very dramatic way to say, I will never, ever give this up while I am alive. It is impossible. Listen to Wednesday again.
This novel was 2 years of my life. They'll have to pry it out of my cold, dead hands before I change a single word.
Thank you for learning with me today on English Watch and Learn. Keep practicing and see you next time.